Hey folks, Dave back here in Studio Beef. I'm going to finish up my brand new custom franchise Hockey Manager 7 season. We're going to play some playoffs here. Just want to make sure we are streaming and looking good. I thought I would stream this and have some fun with it. So we're going to do the playoffs is what we're going to do. First thing I want to do, though, is show you my team because it's not a typical season here. This was definitely a Dave season. So as you can see, we have the California Seals, which is the team I was running. They finished first in the West. But if you might notice on the side over here, we have Karlamov finished with 107 points. Yeah, so what I did is I grabbed a bunch of Russians. I checked the box that said, the Iron Curtain box in the game, meaning I could take players from Europe here in 1973, 74. And so I immediately, just for fun for me, I grabbed a whole bunch of Russians and put them on the Seals. And then everybody else was just scattered out throughout the league. And that's how we played out this season. So as you can see, Yakushev went to the Flames and guys like that. Maltsev went to Buffalo. So, and the Russians did quite well. As you can see, Karlamov here. And if I go to my Seals team, so as you can see, if I go to my stats right here, Karlamov, Mikhailov, and Petrov, were my first line. Vasilev and Luchenko were my defensemen. So I grabbed 5 Russians, and I had Tretiak, who was ridiculously filthy in net for me in this replay. So if I go to Tretiak, he played 77 games. He was 41-22. He led the league in wins. He was phenomenal for me. Milosh only played 5 games. I think he only finished one of them here. And he took it a lot. Yeah, Milosh had a tough season for me. So Tretiak played, and I let the computer do it all. I really didn't change too much here. But Tretiak really went the distance for me. So that was my season, is to have some fun, me having fun. I decided to go and add some guys to my team and just play around in a big sandbox. I also changed the playoffs to 1-8, okay, whereas just, the top 8 made it. So let me see. So I think the Kings were the 7th seed. Let's see what the playoffs and 8th seed was Pittsburgh. Okay, so the top 3 made it here, and it looks like the top 5 made it in the East, is how that worked out, the top 8. So, again, over here, just above me, you can see Tretiak, 77 games played. He picked up 41 wins. He was terrific. Bernie Parent was right behind him. Tretiak had a really good save percentage, too. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good. If we take a look at the stats, just to kind of wrap up the stats for the league, you can see points, Bobby Orr, 140 points. That's just filthy. Esposito, Sittler, and then Karlamov for my team. Now, Butch Goring, we're playing Butch Goring. So, the Kings, this is not going to be a pushover game against the Kings. So we'll take a look at, let's see, go back to my standings in my playoffs now. So here are the matchups. Boston's the top seed. They'll play Pittsburgh. The Seals, we talked about, the 2 seed playing the Kings. Flyers will play the Blackhawks, and the Rangers will play Montreal here in 73-74. So let's get going with the playoffs. So let's see here. We're going to play the game against, where's the schedule? All right, so we're going to play the game here. I think this looks good here. Obviously, Tretiak and Neck, he's on fire, as we like to say. We'll leave the lines the way they are. They seem to work pretty well. Again, we also picked up Alex Del Vecchio. Now, he's 41 years old, this Alex Del Vecchio. So we picked him up late in the season as a third-line center. And we also picked up Don Ari. I traded my second-line defenseman for I think he was with St. Louis Blues at the time. St. Louis Blues second-line defenseman Don Ari. So those were a couple of late pickups. Again, these were all just forced trades I made in my sandbox. This is how I played it, just so you know. Because I find that trades are really difficult to do in this game. They just don't let you make anything good, which is, I guess, the idea not to steal somebody. But I like to force the trades and play with the guys I want to play. That's how it's fun for me, so that's what I did. So let's continue on to the game. We're going to play the game, and I set it up for the classic mode rather than the chalkboard mode. And we'll put our options on. Let's go very fast. Clock speed very fast, and let's play a little bit here. So it's the Seals and the Kings in game 1. We got a scoring chance here, and is that the visitors? Yep, goal by the Kings, and they lead 1-0 here. Let's hope the Seals don't revert back to the old Seals here. They got a home game. I think it's a best of 3 too. I think I went best of 3, best of 5, best of 7 is how I set it up. So we'll sim this one out here. We'll eventually we'll just sim a couple of games real quick. I did want to see how game 1 went. Maybe game 1 of the series. All right, Johnson scores, and we're tied at 1-1. All righty. What are the options here? Well, we're going as fast as we can right now. Oh, watch speed. A few highlights. Okay, and breaking goals. We don't need penalties. We don't need puck location. Maybe that'll speed it up. Here we go. Just want to stop on the goals. I kind of like to see that. I like to have some kind of animation. Del Vecchio scores. All right. Nice job by Alex Del Vecchio. That's what he brought him on for, the occasional goal. And the Seals lead 2-1 over the Kings. Halfway through the period. Oh, that was a save. 8 shots on goal. Now 12. As we lead this one 2-1. Come on. Uh-oh. It's 2-2 as Corrigan scores for the Kings. So this is not going to be an easy series against the 7th place Kings. And we got, oh, that was a save. And what do we got going on here? A couple minutes to go in the period. That looked like that was a nice save. 13 shots to 10. And first period ends, and it's 2-2. All right, so let's continue on here in the second period. The other games I'll just sim so we can get through the playoffs. Hopefully we'll go deep into the playoffs. It's like Don Ori blocked a shot there. I try to keep an eye on some of the play-by-play, but I'm really just trying to get to the end of the game here. But I don't want to go too fast. I want to kind of see some of the action. And this does a good job. The classic mode does a pretty good job for it. It's nothing you can do play-by-play with, obviously. But what do we got? 17 shots on goal to 11. Was that a goal? Reggie Leach. All right, my buddy Reggie Leach. I got his autograph sitting up over here somewhere. All right, 3-2. We're in the second period, approaching the halfway point. Low-scoring game here in the West. Uh-oh. Looks like Murdoch. Bob Murdoch. I was going to say Buck Murdoch. Remember Airplane, Buck Murdoch? Oh, so we got 3-3 now. As we're in the second period, we need to take game 1. That would be a good boost for us. Tretiak's giving up 3 goals. He's playing Vachon, though. Vachon's pretty good. All right. Oh, Vachon can't. All right, Hilliard Graves. Well, it's kind of wild here. Look, so it's not all my top guys that are scoring. So I got Del Vecchio and Graves and Johnston. None of the Russians have scored yet for me. My top guys, the guys that got 100 points on the season, have not scored. It's been Johnston, Del Vecchio, Graves, and Leach. Wow. So if I can get my big guns going here in the third, I got the support guys going. As the Seals lead 4-3 in game 1. And that's about as fast as that's going to go. That's kind of quick, though. You can play a game in a minute or two, depending on how many stoppages for goals. I don't have it stopping for penalties, just the goals. So we're hanging on here, 4-3. 34 shots on Vachon that we got right now. Halfway through the third period. Still nothing from my big guns. The Russians are disappointing me here in the playoffs. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a save. Coming up on 6 minutes to play. We're on the power play. And Mikhailov scores on the... I don't know, that might have been a power play goal. So finally, his first of the playoffs, the Russians cashing in. And 5-3 California. Uh-oh, Boldyrav puts it in. Boldyrav was minus 21 on the season for me. So the support guys are coming through. The Johnsons, the Boldyravs, the Reggie Leaches. They're really taking control of this game, and the Seals should be taking... Uh-oh, what's going on here? Something happened. Nope, nothing. The Seals should take game 1, and they will. And they'll take this one 6-3. All right, so a 6-3 win for the Seals. Oh, and I do like that they expanded this over here too. They expanded the last games against a team. That you only showed a couple last time, so I do like that they expanded that over there. All right, so let's continue on. Let's see who played good for me. Oh, the defenseman Vasily played very well. Luchenko did not play well. Oh, I like how they're color coded here. That's kind of neat too. So Delvecchio, yep, the experience of Delvecchio, that's what we wanted. Walt McKechnie's got some experience too. Donnie Ari, that's pretty good. All right, so we have an idea what happened. So let's take a look at what happened. A strong night for Bobby Orr, 7-2 win over the Penguins. So let's see what we got for schedule now. So the previous day. Okay, so what do we got for the playoffs right now? So the Bruins win, the Seals win, the Flyers win big, and the Rangers over Canadians. Okay, so we go to game 2, and I'm pretty sure that it is just my standings, go to my playoffs. I think it's a best of 3 is what this is. So let's take a look at the schedule, and we're going to play out this one here. We're just going to sim this, by the way. We're just going to sim the game. And the Kings win this one 4-2. So the series is even. The Russians are falling apart. Reggie Leach with a goal and Pete Laframboise with a goal. But my Russian players are falling apart on me. Yep, they're not even at the top here. They're all in the middle. I said he played well, but he was -1. So we got to go to a game 3. And let's take a look at my standings. Yeah, I like when you go to standings in the playoffs. Go to the playoffs. So the Flyers win. They're the only team that advances, I believe. So they should advance. I think it's a best of 3. So if I go to my edits. Rules. I can't change that. I don't know if I would like to be able to look at that though. All right, so here we go. The previous day. So the Bruins win. Oh, looks like they sweep too. Kings tie it up. Flyers advance. Canadians tie it up, if I look at that correctly. So if I go to the next day. Yep, so this is the rubber game here. The Seals and the Kings in the rubber game, and the Canadians and the Rangers. So we're just going to sim this out here. Hopefully it won't be our last game. Here we go. And the Seals pull it out 4-3. Marshall getting the goal. Let's take a look at what happened here. So Goring's opened up the scoring, but then Karlamov tied it up on a power play. Then Pete Laframboise scored. Second period, Goring again. Croatu, though, boy, the Russians just aren't contributing. Marshall Johnston. I don't even know what position he is. I got to check him out. Wow. Strong night for Orr. Oh, we already saw that. So let's go to my standings here. So, Bruins and the Seals. That's weird. Why would I play Bruins Seals? Why would it be 1-2? I'm not sure why it would be 1-2. But that's how it is, so that's how we'll run it, you know. Yeah, I'm reading Flash Games comment here. They're very fun, but after a few years, the franchise realized they missed the actual. Yeah, well, like I said, I come back and I chip away. This is a big sandbox for me. I'm just seeing how the Russians are doing. They're not doing well in the playoffs. They had a monster regular season, but they're not doing well for me. So we're gonna go and we're gonna sim the game here. So it's the Seals at Boston. It's a best of 5. I'm not sure why we got a 1 versus 2 matchup here. I probably screwed something up when I set it up. I think I had to do the reseeding. Maybe I didn't do that. So we're going to sim the game. Gilbert and Tretiak. And the Seals with a 4-3 win in game 1. Delvecchio, he's been huge for us in the playoffs. Luchenko got a goal. And then, they chipped away. It was 4-1. A couple late goals by Vadnais and Schmaltz cut it close, but that is that. So the Bruins fall to the Seals here in game 1. Let's take a look at our standings right now. So it looks like Montreal is leading this series. I go to my schedule. So Montreal wins that one 3-2. Okay. So the Seals and the Canadiens, the two road teams, have taken 1-game leads in the series. So let's just sim this out here. Game 2 at Boston. And the Seals with a monster 8-5 win. They take a commanding lead. Petrov, the Russian, gets the game-winning goal. Wow, it was all Russians here. Vasiliev, Petrov, Croteau, Johnston, Petrov, and Craig Patrick with a goal here. And in the third period, Luchenko, Esposito gets a goal here to make it 8-5. Wow, 8 goals they got. I wonder if they chased the goalie. They did. They chased Gilbert after, was it Brooks they chased? Looks like they might have chased Brooks with 5 goals. And then they got 3 on Gilbert in just 5 minutes. Wow, that's nutty. Was Gilbert the first goalie? Gilbert might have been the first goalie. They yanked him. Oh, that's what happened. So Gilbert gave up 3 goals in the first 5 minutes, and they said, adios. So let's see what happened in the schedule here. So the Flyers, looks like they've tied up that series. Where's my playoffs? Here we go. So Seals lead the Bruins 2-0, headed back home in the best of 5. The Flyers and the Canadiens are tied at 1. So let's go continue here. We're going to leave the lines the way they are. And again, this is just my season. I actually turned off injuries too, so I got no injuries, and I put guys on my team that I wanted to do, and that's how I'm playing out my season. And Bobby Orr has a goatee, by the way. All right, let's see what happens in this one here. California 6-5. So they're going to bump off the Bruins possibly. They have a 3-game to nothing lead stranglehold. The Bruins actually led 2-1 on this O'Reilly goal. And then they actually led 5-2. But the Seals come back with 3 goals, including a game winner with 5 seconds left by Terry Murray. Oh, this would have been one to watch in real time. That would have been great. That'd be neat if they could do that. So you go back and actually watch the replay and see that goal with 5 seconds left. That'd be kind of cool. But again, it's just it's a sim game. I'm not expecting, NHL 21 on here. But let's see who played well for me. Kharlamov, Vasiliev, Petrov, Leach, Johnston. Yep, all played well for me. They got Ross Brooks in net. They didn't even go back to Gilbert. That's something. Tretiak was good for me again, even though he let up 5 goals. So let's go back and take a look at what's going on in the series now. So the Canadiens lead 3-2 in the series, and the Seals lead 3-0. Let's take a look at my schedule here. So we take a look here. So the Canadiens win that one. Looks like they had played a couple of games. Yep, 6-5. So what's coming up now? So we got, that was a best of 5. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a best of 5. My bad. So let's go to the playoffs. Yeah, it was a best of 5. So the Seals swept. And then Montreal got by Philadelphia in 5 games. I'd like to go see how that panned out. Let me see how that panned out. Okay, so Flyers won that one. In Montreal, the Canadiens win. That must have been Game 4. Game 5, Montreal wins in Philadelphia. So, oh boy. So it's me against Juckett. It's the Seals against the Canadiens. Well, the Seals. I've souped them up. Let's be fair. All right. So here we go. Game 1 in California, Dryden and Tretiak. It's the Summit Series goalie facing each other in the Stanley Cup Finals. Here in my replay. Game 1. Game 1 goes to the Seals 3-2. Let's see what happened here, folks. Walt Tkachuk is playing for the Canadiens. He opened the scoring to make it 1-0. Then Luchenko, the defenseman, scored, and it was 1-1. In the third, Peter Mahavlich put the Canadiens up 2-1, but the never say die Seals, Kharlamov and Croteau. Good to see an original Seal, Croteau, getting a goal, and he gets the game-winning goal, and the Seals take Game 1 of the Cup Finals. So let's go to my standings now. So here we are, playing for the Cup. The Seals lead 1-0. Again, the Seals, I know. All right, Game 2 against Canadiens. We'll leave things as they are. And let's sim this one out here. And, Montreal comes back in a huge way, 8-3. They crushed the Seals. 3 quick goals. I bet you they chased Tretiak. Yeah, they did. They get 8 goals on Tretiak. They brought in Milosh for 8 seconds. That's hilarious. So after this goal here by Robinson, they put in Milosh. Why would you take a goalie out with 8 seconds to go? But that's okay. So the Stanley Cup is tied at 1-1 as we head to Montreal. All right. Now, Montreal won it last year, so they're the defending champs. I still don't know why I had the 1-2 setup. I think I screwed up on my league structure, so I'll have to pay attention to that when I set up my league structure to reseed instead of going by division. All right, so let's continue on in Montreal. Montreal in the home white jerseys, and it's a 5-1 Seals win. So the Seals got a 2-1 lead in the series. Kolomoff and Graves scoring in that first period for them. Robinson for the Canadians. In the second periods, when they put it away, Croteau and Vasiliev scoring, and then Reggie Leach in the third. And they'll take this one 5-1 over the Canadians. So after 3 games, the Seals lead 2-1. Pivotal game 4 at the Forum. It's Tretiak and Dryden again, head-to-head. And it's Montreal this time, 7-6. What a game this was. A lot of score. Look at that second period. I'm not even going to go through that. There's so many goals. Cornet, Lafleur, Del Vecchio, Mikhailov, you name it. And then Montreal scoring on a goal by Chuck Leffley about halfway through the period. And then, this was overtime. I didn't see that. Walt Tkachuk in overtime. 3 minutes into overtime, pretty much. And the Canadians take this one 7-6. Dryden and Tretiak played against each other. 35 saves for Tretiak in the loss. So the series is tied at 2-2. So we head back to California for Game 5. It's a best-of-3 series now. And Canadians are on the verge of taking this one. A 4-0 shutout of the Canadians. They picked up this guy, Majamakel, there. I think he must be another European player. So he cashes in with his 4th. And Mahavlich picking up an assist here. Frank Mahavlich and Walt Tkachuk also scoring. Walt McKechnie had a penalty, but no scoring for the Seals. They are shut out. So we go to Montreal now. The Canadians having a chance to hoist the cup at home against the Seals. The Canadians lead 3-2. We are at the Forum. It's Game 6. Who is the Canadians going to lift the cup? It's in the house. And yes, they do. The Canadians, with a 5-4 win, will knock off the upstart Seals. And they will take the Stanley Cup. They win this one 5-4. The game-winning goal coming from Lafleur halfway through the period. And that's where the magic ride ends for the Seals. They only got 25 shots on Dryden in this game. And congrats to the Canadians. Back-to-back champions here as they knock off my modified Seals team. As we take the title report, they beat the Seals. Blah, 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 blah. And I can select some of my Hall of Fame nominees if I want to. But let me just go back to the standings here. And Canadians take it 4-2. Boo. So, well, that was fun. That was kind of neat. Go back to my roster here. Let's see how we did in the... I don't know if there's a playoff standings. Stats. Summary. Oh, that's just the regular season. I don't know if it would have playoff stats on here or not. Let me see. Oh, yes, it does. Regular season, playoffs. There we go. All right, how we doing in the playoffs? All right, Kolomoff did well. Mikhailov, 11 points. He did okay, I guess. Reggie Leach came through for me in the playoffs, that's for sure. So, interesting. Fun time. Fun time. But again, Canadians will take it. Congrats to Montreal and to Mr. Juckett up there, who's probably real happy now. Probably loves this game now. But, so that was fun. That was fun. I just wanted to kind of follow up here as I did a couple hours yesterday of how I got to this point with the Seals and how I added guys and manipulated the season. So I wanted to get it to its natural conclusion and finish out the playoffs by simming some of the games here. And we got all the way to the finals. We actually had a 2-1 series lead before falling apart. And that's okay. We had a good time running this series here. So anyway, I'm Dave. I want to thanks everybody for watching here. And tonight we're going to be talking to Jeff from Franchise Hockey Manager. We're scheduled to talk to Jeff. We'll get him on the show, and we'll have that podcast out this weekend. We're going to ask him a bunch of questions about this game. And yeah, so we'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.